So about the Cyberpunk anime. Wait, for real? A Cyberpunk anime. You're dead ass right now. Aight, hold on. Stay right there for a second. This definitely is not what I expected, or thought something I needed when I heard this was a thing. I don't think anyone ever thought about this being something that needs to happen. Studio Trigger just decided to drop a trailer for this randomly, with no warning at all, and it's far from what I would have imagined if someone asked me what it would be about. The closest thing I've seen to this is that one League of Legends Netflix series. It's not an anime, but it's another video game that got its own show. I don't know anything about it, but I remember my friends on Discord streaming it whenever they watched it. I didn't even know it was really possible to make a good game from a show like that. Like a show that takes itself seriously and tries to build an interesting story. This goes for any League players watching. But the game doesn't have any lore in it, right? At least I'm pretty sure it doesn't. It's just like any mobile game you would find. At most it will be simple descriptions for the characters. If it does, I'm pretty sure it's not the most alluring lore you would find in a video game. It's not like Elden Ring lore, with demigods having a power struggle to take over a region, and even that branches out even further, to universal deity trying to gain influence on the region, either by religions or cults, whatever gets the job done. The lore for Elden Ring goes a lot deeper than that. That's basically what it's about. Even now I still don't know the full scope of the lore. Sometimes I'll just randomly find new info about a character on my feed, like that part of the community is really attracted to Millennia. You do you, but a rotting lady kink is definitely a new one for me. Cyberpunk does have some lore to work with, unlike League. I didn't play the game, but I vaguely know what happens from the gameplay I've watched. I wasn't all that interested in the game when it first came out, or more accurately, my interest in it died quickly after the release. The first trailer came out for Cyberpunk when I was like 8. 8-year-old me was foaming at the mouth looking at the graphics in those trailers. It was way ahead of its time when those trailers came out, which is why it took like a decade for the game to release for real. Project Red perfectly built up the hype for their game over the years. They basically had an entire generations of kids that would grow up to be ready to play their game. Everything was executed perfectly, except for the game itself. I mean, it's still by all definitions a good game, but it was expected to be the game of the decade. And with them falling out on a lot of promises, they went from being that guy to the guy that swears he would have gone pro if he didn't have that hip injury. The story's pretty good, but the game is full of bugs and glitches. The amount of bugs was what really killed it for most people. I didn't have a PC at that time, so I couldn't get it if I wanted to, but I would have not bought it for that reason alone. Night City looked like a cool ass place for a game to be in, and all the characters look really interesting, but the bugs killed the immersion. It doesn't look like the anime is related to the original game story. If it is, it's very loosely connected. Besides the main guy sort of looking like the mascot for the game, it's gonna be entirely its own thing. It'll be a different story in Night City with a different cast of characters. That's more or less all I have to say about the trailer. My videos are already kinda short, but that's really all to say about the anime for now. It was pretty straightforward with what they showed. Pretty vague, but still being direct at the same time with the guns and explosions. The anime is being done by Studio Trigger, that also made Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann, so they definitely got a good studio for the anime. It'll probably end up being a good anime, so I'm definitely gonna be watching it. If you enjoyed, watch my last video about the return of Berserk's manga. That's all from me though. Peace.